County's come up with, as you see, Matt Hollis, number 58, come in here through the seam from his linebacking position. Hollis is a kid we haven't talked a whole lot about. He came into the game with 84 tackles, 4 sacks. Maybe we're going to see him get untracked here in the second half.
It's going to be second and long. 7 tackles for Hollis, as you see on your screen there. And Phelps wants to throw, fires down the field. He's got a man. It's the first complete pass of the game. Making the catch for Triopia, Jacob Fricke, and it's a first down pass and catch for Triopia.
Well, a little misdirection play, and Jacob Fricke out of his tight end position. He's a nice target, 6'5", 210. What I like about Fricke is he averages 21.3 yards per catch, and that one he's able to pick up a huge first down.
The first completion of the game for Phelps. It goes for 18 yards to Jacob Fricke. First down inside the 35, and on the carry, Nordsick again. Clay Nordsick, the fullback, with a first down around the Stark County 20-yard line.
Well, we talked about the fact that Stark County was going to have to gamble a little bit. Linebacker gambled the wrong way that time on his stunt. Nordsick ran on the other side, picked up a huge gain.
9 carries, 71 yards in the game for Clay Nordsick, as Triopia continues to spread the wealth in the backfield. Standard double tight end offense, and a nice fake by Phelps, looking for room off the left side. Kellen breaking tackles and not tackled till he gets around the 11-yard line. He's really good.
He really is.
And you know, sometimes you look at a wing T team and you think, well, the quarterback, he's not really
he's
a
just
threat.
handing the football off.
But it's such an important position because not only do you have to be an effective runner, the wing T is really effective when you have a quarterback who can do things like that, but the quarterback has to make effective reads and do a bunch of good things to make the wing T work.
Well, and he's making a few audibles at the line of scrimmage, running to the strength of the offense and away from the strength of the defense.
He's got 53 yards rushing, and this time a give up the middle, and it should be a first down for Triopia. They should have first and goal here once the ball is spotted.
Well, this is their base play. We've seen it a lot here in the first half. Aren't just a straight dive play. There's not much to that. They're not pulling anybody, wedge blocking. They're just trying to push people off the football.
21 first downs in the game for the Trojans. First and goal at the Stark County 8-yard line. And a handoff, and it's going nowhere. Arndt gets wrestled down by Calvin Lewis. Loss on the play back outside the 10.
Well, it's a nice stunt that Stark County did. Calvin Lewis goes outside. The linebacker comes inside. Offensive lineman decides to block the linebacker. Calvin Lewis goes free, makes a huge play. This angle, you'll get a good look at that right there as you see Calvin Lewis go in unblocked.
Loss back to the 13-yard line. Loss of 5 yards on that last play for Arndt. Phelps, counter, Dinsmore to the 10, fighting his way forward to about the 8.
Looks like he's going to be back to about the original line of scrimmage. This is that counter action. They come back, fake the toss. Sees Phelps look like he's going to toss to Arndt. Back in the inside to Dinsmore. They pull backside guard and tackle. Tough play to defend.
Third down goal to go. As Triopia back to the line of scrimmage. 6 of 10 are the Trojans. Phelps wants to throw, rolling near side. Now he's going to run. He's got the 5, lowers his head and is pushed out of bounds at the 2. It's going to result in 4th down. Not afraid to throw his weight around.
No, he's not. And that one they were trying to actually find a receiver in the back of the end zone. You saw the pulling guard, Brian Carragher, get out in front of him. Wasn't able to lead him there because he thought Phelps was going to pass the football. And Phelps lowers the shoulder. Nice job. Look for some kind of boot action, something like that here. I would suspect you'd want the ball in the hands of Mr. Arndt.
Triopia trying to put this one on ice. They're 1 of 2 on 4th down in the game. Stark County needs a stop in the worst way. Phelps, play action. He's going to keep it. Phelps into the end zone, touchdown. Second rushing touchdown of the game for Kellen Phelps. And it's now 28-0 Triopia.
Well, they decided to go back to the play. They've had a lot of success with this little boot action from Kellen Phelps. He does a nice job. Look how he tucks that ball on his hip. You really can't tell who has the football. And Phelps, once again, running people over. Kai Paxson, defensive end for Stark County, didn't see him coming, and he got run over into the end zone.
That was a fullback run by the quarterback.
That's right.
Going for two once again are the Trojans. It's going to be a toss off the left side. Kleinschmidt, and he's into the end zone for the two-point conversion to make it 30-0. The Trojans are rolling here at Memorial Stadium in Champaign. 1:22 to go in the third quarter. We're going to step aside. We'll have more here in the Class 1A state championship game in just a moment.
When it comes to planning for the future, trust Country Insurance and Financial Services to keep you moving in the right direction. With down-to-earth, straightforward advice, Country Insurance and Financial Services is always there to keep you on the right path. Country, real answers for real financial security. For your family, for you, for a lifetime.
This is our country.
It's not always clear how what happens around the world affects suburban Chicago. That's why you need the Daily Herald. We give you not only the big picture, but also the local focus on international events, business, politics, sports, entertainment, and more. And we do it better than anyone. To subscribe, call 800-354-4966 or visit dailyherald.com. Because if you want to know what's happening around the world or around the block, you need the Daily Herald. Big picture, local focus.
Here is Kellen Phelps' second 2-yard rushing touchdown of this game. Great fake there to Arndt, and then just lowers the load and dives into the end zone. 13 plays, 61 yards, another long, sustained drive by the Triopia offensive machine.
Those 5-minute drives are starting to add up here in this football game as Triopia is doing exactly what they wanted, control the football.
And they're dominating in every facet of this game. 21-4 in first downs is on the kickoff return. Aaron Nunez lost the ball at the end of the run. They're going to say that he was down.
Tim Wise, one of the cornerbacks, made a nice play right there, open field tackle.
Well, you look at the domination right now. First downs, 21-4. Total plays, total offense, 376 to 83. Time of possession, 25:01 for Triopia, 9:37 for Stark County.
Just amazing. I know Stark County has this quick hit, hurry up offense, but they can't have that happen against them and have any success.
Third quarter here at Memorial Stadium, and Dom will go under center here, and he's going to try a screen pass. It's a lateral backwards, and Ewing has to dive on it back at the 8-yard line. I think what they were doing, they were setting up the double pass, and if you look down the field, Andy Kieser was all by himself.
He was wide open. Dom just overshot this one a little bit, didn't step right towards the flanker there, and that is a loose ball, live ball there, folks. Does a nice job falling on the football, but takes him back to about the 14-yard line.
So 2nd and 24 now, inside of a minute for the third quarter. And Dom now will head back to the shotgun, trying to find some way to mount some offense. He fires the ball deep down the field for Ewing. The ball is going to be caught. Oh, great catch. Going down, Tanner Ewing, who's had a big game for Stark County, makes a tough catch. That's a great catch. I'm not sure that he didn't get interfered with, too. The defensive back right there was right there to make the play. He actually trips on the wide receiver, as we're going to see right there at the end before. A great catch by Tanner Ewing. 25-yard reception for Tanner Ewing. And you have to start somewhere if you're Stark County. Big play there. Second catch for Ewing. Screen pass to the right. Ewing again makes a man miss. He's got a first down near midfield before he's wrapped up, and that might do it for the third quarter.
Well, he gets a nice block out here on the quick screen from Calvin Lewis, number 86. See that block right there, knocking people on the ground. And then it's just up to individual effort there. And Tanner Ewing made a nice play.
And they're going to mark him, I think, a little bit short of the first down. So it'll be a second down play for Stark County when we come back for the fourth quarter after these words from your local stations.
Guys.
Oh, here's a look at Walgreens' picture-perfect moment. Walgreens is a proud sponsor of the IHSA's Do What's Right sportsmanship campaign, and looks like she's enjoying herself.
Looks comfortable.
On the first play of the fourth quarter, Dom is going to scramble, get the first down. Did the ball come out at the end of the run there?
It did, but I believe his knee was on the ground. The official's going to blow it dead at the play.
So on second and short, on the first play of the fourth quarter, Dom runs for the first down. And now a hurry-up offense here for Stark County.
Well, the official, I think, noticed some blood or something on the running back, but is not going to make him come out of the play and get back to action.
Early fourth quarter with Triopia in control and Stark County on the move. And a pass is going to be intercepted. It's Dinsmore up the right sideline. This might be a pick six. Dinsmore is to the 15. He's gone. It's a pick six for Bradley Dinsmore. The sophomore takes it to the house after intercepting the pass.
What a huge game Dinsmore had. I mean, this is a gift right here. Dom would love to have this one back. This one he just overshoots. The wide receiver you're going to see at the top of your screen is going to do a hitch route. Dom just overshoots it. And that's a pretty big target that he's overshooting right there as Paxson goes about 6'4". And once again, nice little move by Dinsmore on the inside and then shows off that speed. Very talented sophomore cornerback, Bradley Dinsmore.
60-yard interception return for Bradley Dinsmore. He also scored on a rushing touchdown in the first half. His rushed for 62 yards, and Triopia going for two again, and they're not going to get it. So the two-point conversion is no good, and just a few seconds into the fourth quarter, it is now 36-0 in favor of Triopia as the Trojans score on defense. Let's take a look at the third quarter statistics brought to us by Menards. Save big money at Menards.
Yeah, what can you say right there? I mean, that left-hand column tells the whole picture of this football game. But look at those rushing yards, and actually look at the total yards. That's just amazing. Total domination by Triopia here at the start of the fourth quarter.
Time of possession 25:01 to 11:23, and 64 offensive plays for Triopia, 29 for Stark County. You can see the rest of the numbers in that time of possession. If Rich Thompson could have scripted this game, this would have been pretty close to what he would have drawn up.
Absolutely, absolutely. Just talking to him a little bit pre-game, we got a feeling that this is what he wanted to do. Now, those things don't always happen, but there's a pretty happy coaching staff on the Concord Triopia sideline right now.
So Millard, who's kicked a couple of balls in the end zone, will kick it off again. It's going to sail to about the 15-yard line. And on the return, Jeremy Morrissey. And he's going to be wrapped up at about the 34-yard line. So Stark County trailing 36-0 will take over on offense here, and Stark County has just been hit by a truck by the name of Triopia today. It's
overwhelmed.
Yes.
As you know, they talked a little bit, Jason Kirby, I think, during our halftime show. It's not just been total domination offensively. It's been their defense has done a nice job. I'm very impressed with, you know, I mentioned in the first half their team speed and what they're doing. They're running man coverage, zone coverage, blitzing people. I really like what they're doing.
Fumbled snap. Dom bobbled the shotgun snap and has to fall on it. That adds to the negative rushing numbers that Stark County already has. -9 yards rushing.
Yeah, and I think we talked about it in the first half. This is a quarterback, Greg Dom, who came into this playoff very hot. I mean, there wasn't a better 1A quarterback.
Yeah.
I mean, he was 53 of 102 for 907 yards just in the playoffs. So this kid can play. He's just having a little bit of a long day today, and things aren't going their way.
Dom 10 of 19 for 116 yards. And that interception that was just returned for a touchdown by Bradley Dinsmore, and whistles blow this play dead. And delay of game. The play clock was at 0. And it is delay of game. All right, down to the field we go for the third member of our broadcast crew, Scott Leber. Scott.
Thank you very much, guys. Joining me right now is Rex Brockhouse from Triopia. His son Adam is a starting offensive lineman for Triopia, and Rex played on the 1975 state championship team in Class 1A for Triopia. Rex, is this bringing back some memories for you of your state championship?
Yes, we talk about that all the time getting here, you know. It was a fun ride then. It's been a real fun ride now.
What advice did you have for Adam coming into this game?
We'll bring home big trophy, what we wanted.
Well, it looks like that's going to happen up 36-0.
Right.
You guys will be a rare combo, a father and son, both state champions, right?
That's right. It'd be great, you know. Just give us something in common, and this whole bunch of boys have been a real super good bunch of boys, and glad to get home. So.
All right, Rex, well, thank you very much for joining us. Good luck to you and your son. Back to you guys up in the booth.
All right, harkening back to the history of Triopia football, and you can't mention history of Triopia football without mentioning one Don Kemp, who was simply a legend at Triopia. Began coaching football and basketball, boys basketball, at the same time.
Oh, man.
For many, many years. And he was the coach of the 1975 state championship team. He passed away a couple of years ago. And Dom, under pressure, fires down the field, and he's got a man. Making the catch for Stark County was 82, Andy Keyser. He's going to be a little bit short of the first down here.
Good throw by Dom right there. They ran basically the same route they had just run. Keyser was open on the previous play. Dom wasn't able to find him. This time you're going to see Dom actually have to step up a little bit. Pass protection broke. Dom Keyser sits down in the pocket right there. Good throw, good catch. Fourth down, about 2 yards now.
That was Brockhouse applying the pressure that we just heard from his dad. And now 4th and 2 for Stark County. They are 0 for 1 on 4th down here in the game. Option play, pitch to Morrissey off the left side, fumbled the football. It's loose, and Wise had a chance at it, and it is recovered by Triopia.
That was going to be very close to a first down. I think he was actually going to pick it up, Jim, but it's not going to matter right here as Triopia is going to pick up the football. Watch the replay, speed option, nice pitch by Dom. Tough block on the outside when you got to hold your block that long. Defensive corner is able to get that out. Tim Wise, I believe, is the kid that falls on the football.
And guess who got the forced fumble? Bradley didn't know. That was Bobby Shute who came in and forced the ball loose. So the third turnover of the game for Stark County. Bobby Shute out of the chute and inside the 45. Shute now with 6 carries in the game for upwards of a little over 35 yards. As the clock continues to tick down here in the 4th quarter, back to Don Kemp. How could you imagine for upwards of 35 years coaching both football and boys basketball?
No. No. You talk about never getting a break. That would wear you out.
Arndt off the right side. Up the
what a
right
block.
sideline he might go. Stumbles a little bit, but it's not going to make any difference. Arndt up the right sideline and into the end zone for a 42-yard touchdown run, as the running clock will now come into effect here in the fourth quarter.
I know the running backs and all the skilled guys get all the credit and the praise, but I'm telling you what, this offensive line has dominated Stark County. You're going to see a great block by number 58. Jacob Whited out in front. Good counter pitch right there by the quarterback. Look at those linemen getting downfield, blocking people, staying on their blocks. Wide receivers do a nice job peeling back and hitting people, as David Arndt has had quite an afternoon here in Champaign.
159 yards rushing now for Arndt. Puts Triopia over 400 yards rushing as a team, and they'll go for two again. And they're going to toss it to Arndt, and he's wrapped up in the backfield. Two-point conversion is no good. 9:01 to play, fourth quarter. It's all Trojans. Triopia 42, Stark County nothing. We'll have more from Memorial Stadium after this word from your local stations. And the defensive play of the game is brought to you by the Illinois Army National Guard.
Well, this is just a tough throw right there by Greg Daum, as we're going to watch Bradley Dinsmore with the defensive play of the game right there. I like the move he puts on at the end, gets into the end zone for his second touchdown of the afternoon. What a great play by Dinsmore.
62-yard touchdown, 61-yard interception return for a touchdown.
Boy, he's had a huge afternoon, hasn't he?
Yeah.
I'd like to see that young man get back here a couple times, has two more shots at it.
Rushed for 62 yards, and again, 61 on that interception return. This has been an impressive performance by Triopia. And for Stark County, they just were never able to get in a rhythm in the first half. Too many penalties in the first half, and when Triopia was executing the way that they were, you couldn't afford those penalties.
Right.
And they were killers for the Rebels. They're going to try to run it here. And a big run for Stark County. And that was Nick Rumbold on the carry for the Rebels. Rumbold coming back from injury after missing a couple of games. And he carries inside of the Trojan 40-yard line to the 38.
I think Jason, Scott, and Dave talked about it at halftime too. Stark County just has never been able to establish the run at all. I mean, Daum's a pretty good runner as a quarterback. They like to fake that counter quite a bit. They just haven't been able to establish the run. That obviously is their longest run play of the afternoon.
On first down, it's going to be Morrissey on the run to the 35. That's a 26-yard run by Rumbold, equals the longest play from scrimmage of the game for the Rebels. They also had a 26-yard pass earlier in the game. Down to 7:15 with a running clock here in the fourth quarter.
We've talked so much about the offense for Concord Triopia, but this defense deserves a ton of credit. They've given up no yards. They've played very disciplined. They stayed in their rush lanes, their drop zones. They've mixed up coverages. They've gotten to the quarterback. I'll tell you, they have put together a great game plan and executed it.
Daum to Ewing. The ball came out at the end. Let's see what they're going to call here. What are they going to rule? They're going to rule incomplete. We're going to say that as Ewing was going down, he was juggling the ball. So that's an incomplete pass.
We had a pretty good view of this. We'll see this from ground level. I think this ball, the receiver just never really has it totally. Good hit by the linebacker from the outside. You can see him making a rip on that. I don't think he controlled the football. Nice call by the official. He was right on top of that.
And a timeout.
Stark County
is going to be called by the Rebels. Timeout for the Rebels, and we're going to step aside with Triopia. 6 minutes and 24 seconds away from their second state championship.
You can't ignore it forever. It's your future. It's real life. Whatever your goals may be, it's important to get real answers from people you know and trust. At Country Insurance and Financial Services, we'll help you feel secure for everything life has coming your way. Country, real answers for real financial security. Because this is real life.
This is our country.
It's not always clear how what happens around the world affects suburban Chicago. That's why you need the Daily Herald. We give you not only the big picture, but also the local focus on international events, business, politics, sports, entertainment, and more. And we do it better than anyone. To subscribe, call 800-354-4966 or visit dailyherald.com. Because if you want to know what's happening around the world or around the block, you need the Daily Herald. Big picture, local focus.
It's now time for our Buick Pontiac GMC Drive of the Game. Now is the time of the year to get great model year-end deals on our fuel-efficient cars, trucks, and SUVs. See your Buick Pontiac GMC dealer.
Yeah, this drive will be finished off by Kellen Phelps.
Boom!
3-yard touchdown run and running over linebackers on that. Look how he disguises that football, Jim. Lineman getting out in front of him and then running over one of those defensive ends.
Impressive. That's the best way to describe Triopia here in the 1A title game today. Under center, Dom. Little shuttle pass to Lewis. Lewis breaks a tackle. He's got the first down and more. Calvin Lewis up to the races. He's going to get into the end zone. Stark County scores a touchdown to make it 42-6. Very nice play.
Very
good
nice
design.
Play. I know that Stark County wanted to get into the end zone. Nobody wants to come into the state championship and get shut out. This is just a little shovel pass. They finally find Calvin Lewis. He has to break a couple tackles on his own right here. Shows that nice speed. Folks, that's a sophomore running into your living room right there. 6'5", 240 pounds. Pretty fleet of foot for that young man.
And Lewis scored the touchdown. Now he's going to try to kick the extra point as well. And it's good to make it 42-7. So a 35-yard touchdown reception for Calvin Lewis. And Stark County is on the board.
Finally on the board as the clock continues to run. We will have the 40-point rule. The clock will continue to run for the remainder of the fourth quarter.
All right, coverage of today's game is sponsored by Walgreens and Zero Cal Water. Walgreens is a proud sponsor of today's IHSA football broadcast. Yeah, you talked to Steve about the Triopia defense and how dominating they've been all season long in addition to this game.
Right.
Less than 8 points allowed per game on the season. And they allowed for the season 35 yards a game rushing.
It's amazing, isn't it?
Opposing teams on the ground against Triopia this year, less than 2 yards per carry.
It's amazing. I'll tell you, I'm very impressed by their athletes. I couldn't mention it enough in the first half. I mean, they're not that big. And then we get a chance to look at the last scoring drive by Stark County. Nice to see them get into the end zone as Calvin Lewis took it in for a 35-yard run. But I'm just majorly impressed by Triopia's team speed and the package that they put together for Stark County today.
3 more games upcoming here on the IHSA television network today. The 2A title game between KZ Westfield and Immaculate Conception is next. Steve and I will be back for what looks like it's going to be a great 3A title game between DuQuoin and Illini West. And capping it off tonight, you're pretty involved in that last one, aren't you?
I'm going to be involved in that one, though. I'll be down on the sideline for that. I look forward to listening to Lee Hall and Greg Bradshaw in that game. That should be an exciting game, hopefully.
Steve is an assistant coach for Bloomington Central Catholic. They'll take on record-setting quarterback Jordan Roberts in Aurora Christian in the 4A title game tonight. Here's an onside kick, and it is covered up by Triopia.